Good evening, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, my name is Jim Miller. This is Unlocking Personal Leadership Live, and we're doing episode number 43. Today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays we do audience building. We talk about audience building, and boy, it's a brand new experience for me. Been doing a video podcast, and I've got almost 80, I think about 80 interviews done. And I started doing those with a recording and then publishing them on YouTube later. And got pretty comfortable doing that. I did about 65 or 70 of those, and then started doing them live. It transitioned to live, and I'm still kind of in the process of transitioning that. Not happy yet. I'll probably never be completely happy with everything that's going on, but I'm just doing it, and I'm really digging that part of it. It's just getting out there and doing it, and I've done over 100 total lives. I think it's over 120 actually lives now, and or videos, not all of them lives, and starting to get to be where it's a little bit fun and relaxing when I'm doing it. I'm not worried as much about what I'm talking about or how I look or whether or not I make any mistakes. I do all the time, and you know what? It doesn't matter because it just doesn't. I don't have really a big audience yet. I'm not worried about having an audience yet. I'm not monetizing this. I'm doing it just to kind of build my muscle for doing this. So if that makes any sense at all. And I think lesson learned in previous experiments and projects like this is like when you do something and you just every day try to be a little bit better at it and you're consistent, you get better at it. So I really am excited about this. I'm starting to feel that I am getting better at it. And I think starting to look at the future a little bit. I haven't bothered to take a look at any stats at all about where I'm going with this or what's going on. But I think passing that 100 mark is it's kind of a big deal, and starting to show that hey, I'm actually starting to maybe get serious about this, and it's not like I'm putting pressure on myself to get better, but I want to. So I'm starting to look at some things. Okay, what could I do to improve? What could I do to make this better for whatever audience I've got, and maybe build an audience eventually. So I talk to people who have 500 done or 1,000 or more, 2,000 broadcasts under their belt, and by that time they're really good and they're monetizing and they've got tons of really cool stuff they're doing on their shows, and they've grown. They none of them start like that. They all evolve and grow into things. So that's the path I'm on, and I want to enjoy this journey. I want to have fun with it. I want to bring people along with me that are of like mind and that would like to learn and maybe try and do and experiment and have fun with it. So that's how I feel after doing 100 plus of these, is that I feel good. I feel more comfortable. I don't feel confident that I'm, really making a dent in the universe yet with this, but that's not been my goal. My real objective is just to do it and be consistent with it. And I think I'm accomplishing that now. It's rough to get started. Creating new habits is not an easy thing to do. So and now after it's a habit, then you start looking at, okay, well, how could I make this better? How could I improve it? How could I have more add more value? How could I have more fun? So uh, I got pulled up a couple of articles and I started looking at them about, what is live streaming in 2024, and what are the big guns doing now to make it successful for them. And so I pulled up. I got a list here from Uscreen. It's a company that is online that helps people who are doing live streaming to create their own channel and monetize that. So let's gotta take a quick look at what they're doing. And so here's their website, Uscreen, and this is an article on live streaming trends for 2024. So this is what's going on in live stream. Top 14 live streaming trends to know in 2024. And this was written in January this year. It was published. So lots and lots of ideas, but what they're doing are these 14 things. So leveraging live stream e-commerce. There's lots of information about how to do that. Then using membership sites to monetize live stream. And I have no idea what any of this means. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm just now starting to get curious about it enough to pull it up and start reading about it. So I'm not, as I'm just getting started with this audience building activity, I'm not worried about any of this stuff yet. So my encouragement to you is, if you have an interest in doing this and stepping out of your comfort zone, just do it, and don't worry about any of this stuff. Don't worry about building revenue streams with affiliate marketing. Don't worry about that stuff. Don't explore short and long form content. It's just make content that you make. When I started, I was doing 3-minute little lives, 3 to 6 minute little lives, and I did 100 of those on the phone, without, just on Facebook, just hit live and go. And I did 100 of those, and it took me 3 or 4 months to get that done. And it really helped me overcome a lot of anxiety and angst about being in front of the camera. And then I decided, okay, well, let's up the game. That was fun. Let's up the game. So now I'm doing them from my desktop, and I started doing videos where I was recording videos and doing interviews. And I just started doing those, and then I upped the game again after a while, and now I'm doing those live. And then I upped the game again, where I'm doing this series now of 5 shifts. I've got becoming, I've got longevity, I've got audience building, I've got building generational wealth, and then on Fridays, we talk about community service. So those are my 5 shifts that I'm doing in my life right now. And so I just talk about those 5 things, and each day I do a different topic. And today's Wednesdays we talk about audience building. So that's what we're doing right now. And I'm not worried about any of these state-of-the-art trends that are helping people that are right on the leading edge of live streaming to be successful. Combining information and entertainment. Yeah, you want to be entertaining, and yeah, you want to be able to add value. I think that's a core secret. It's not really a secret, but it's something that you want to strive for. But again, initially, don't worry about that, really. Just find a passion, something that you are passionate about, and talk about it. That's it. And just talk about it. And for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, pretty soon it'll go to a half hour, and you'll go, first time I did a half hour, I was like, whoo, that was hard. And now I can do a half hour, and it's still, it's not easy per se, but it's a lot easier than that first time. So just doing them getting better every time is really the key. Just working on 1%, just 1% better every day. So getting feedback and providing value, uh, building trust with your audience. There's tips and techniques on how to do that. Experimenting with your viewer experience. Yeah, there's tons and tons of ways to get better. Just try things, engage with your audience. I've started doing a little bit of that now, just engaging with my audience as I'm doing the live. And it's, at first it's kind of challenging because you've got this tech in front of you with a stage, and you've got all these things you can do, putting in banners, and you've got your branding, and you've got a private chat going on, and there's comments from the social channels that are coming in sometimes if you're lucky. And it's just, there's a lot here to manage. So just do the best you can. You're going to make mistakes. And I think sometimes your audience, when they're watching, it's like watching a race, automobile race. Sometimes people like to watch because there's crashes. Well, maybe you crash, and people will applaud you. You're not going to hurt yourself. It's just ego risk. And so it's just have fun with it. That's part of the experience and part of the growth. Cater to a diverse audience. Yeah, talk to everybody. Stream live music. That's something, I guess, that's new. No idea why. Music's been around forever, but everybody loves it. So maybe that's a great way to engage your audience. Get 4K camera ready. I'm 1080p right now, so I'm way behind the curve on 4K ready, but that's the future. Everybody wants crisp, clear, clean content. And so if you want to be at the state of the art leading edge, you want to have the best equipment. And then it says try out 360-degree live stream. Wow. So all kinds of fun. So that's really what's going on right now with this, is just trying things, experiment. There's literally, I think it was 1.2 billion hours of live streaming a year going on now. So if you think at this point that you're going to make a big dent, think again. But the power of finding a niche is incredible with this. So when you find a passion, something you love and you want to talk about, that's when you're going to find your audience. Start talking about something you really love, and then they'll find you, because that's really the power of this medium, is that there's engagement, and there's people can search for keywords and thoughts and things that you're doing that they want to experience, and they'll find you. So just keep putting it out there, and eventually your audience will find you. And that's when it's going to be magic, because they're going to be excited to find you, and you're going to be excited because you're talking about stuff that you love. So get over yourself in your nervousness and your angst. Like I was nervous and angst, full of angst for years. And now I look back at it and go, that was dumb. Why did I do that? Well, I guess it was just me, and I had to grow into it. But now that I've been through it, I can say, looking back, that it was pretty silly for me to feel that way. But it is what it is. Man, it felt so real. It's like hitting a brick wall. No, it's fear, and it just stops you. But once you break through that fear, just by taking baby steps and getting better every day, and making a commitment that I'm going to do 100 3 to 6 minute lives within the next year. And I did it within, I think, 4 to 6 months. Just do 100 lives. That's your first plateau. And once you've done that, man, you feel so good. You go, yes. The first 20 were hell. And then the next 20, from 20 to 40 was a little bit easier. And then 40 to 60 was easier still. And then 60 to 100 got to be like a routine. And you get in there and you just get into the flow. And it makes it a lot more fun. And you start getting an audience with it. Once you're consistent, people will find you. So take that to heart. If you're looking to build an audience, my suggestion is just get started and go. Do it. Do something. And that's my thought for the day. And that was 15 minutes and 34 seconds. Pretty easy. So enjoy the day. Tomorrow we're going to talk about building generational wealth. That's the subject for Thursdays. So looking forward to that. I learned a bunch this week. I got a couple of webinars that I was on for generational wealth. So we'll have some interesting things to talk about. And you have an awesome night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.